think that a lot of questions. What's going on? This is not normal. And is it really shocking that all this egregious violence goes against my husband? Especially that we hear the leaders from the opposition party and mainstream media branding him as a threat to democracy, calling him vile names. They only fueling a toxic atmosphere and giving power all of these people that they want to do harm to him. This needs to stop.
A $150 million lawsuit is no small deal, especially when it's filed by a former First Lady. When someone like Melania Trump takes legal action, people pay attention. And when the target is a well-known TV personality like Sunny Hostin, things can get complicated fast. It all started with some sharp comments made on The View. Sunny Hostin, who's known for speaking her mind, made some bold remarks about Melania's relationship with Donald Trump. She suggested Melania didn't really like her husband and even hinted that she might want him out of the picture. Whether it was meant as a joke or not, the reaction was immediate. Social media lit up, news outlets picked up the story. And before long, Melania decided to respond not with a statement, but with a lawsuit. Melania, who rarely makes public comments, is accusing Hostin of defamation. She says the comments were not only false, but also seriously damaging to her reputation. And she's not just asking for an apology. She's demanding $150 million in damages. That huge number shows just how seriously she's taking this. But the lawsuit isn't just about money. It also brings up a bigger question: should media figures be held accountable when they make harmful claims about public figures?
Look, this is a network that still runs out fact checks to these women, like it's concerned about them staying factual. She hates Trump. She doesn't want to be near him. She doesn't want to be president again. She destroyed the Rose Garden, and she hates Christmas. That is what passes for news on a network. They did it.
Melania Trump has never been the type to stay silent when false stories are spread about her. Back in 2017, she went up against one of the biggest names in the media, the Daily Mail. The British tabloid had published an article suggesting that before meeting Donald Trump, Melania had worked as an escort. The story quickly went viral and sparked a wave of controversy. Melania firmly denied the claims, calling them completely false, but she didn't stop there. Instead of just making a public denial, she took legal action. She filed defamation lawsuits in both the United States and the United Kingdom, once again seeking $150 million in damages. Her main argument was clear: the article had seriously damaged her reputation and hurt her chances of launching business ventures during her time as First Lady. She claimed the false report wasn't just embarrassing, it had real consequences for her personal and professional life. The case didn't drag on for long. The Daily Mail soon backed down, settled the lawsuit, and reportedly paid Melania around $2.9 million. It was a clear message. She was willing to fight back when her name and image were on the line.
We are checked by ABC News. But
we're checked by everybody.
Yeah, but we went from Walter Cronkite, basically, to this guy, Joe Rogan, who believes in dragons. I checked it. He believes in dragons? He believes in dragons.
Did you triple source that?
Yes, I did. And he also thinks that dragons, like, I guess, like dinosaur-y type of animals, roamed the earth when people did. So this is the type of really, really bad information.
Melania Trump has always taken a quieter, more calculated approach to public criticism. Her method of choice: lawsuits. From the time she became First Lady, she made it clear that she expected to be treated with respect, while other political spouses often responded to negative press through public relations teams or media interviews. Melania chose a different path. She took her battles to court. Whether it was the high-profile case against the Daily Mail or smaller legal actions against publishers and authors who spread false stories, Melania followed a consistent strategy. She didn't respond to rumors in the press. She rarely made public statements. Instead, she let her legal team do the talking. To some, she came across as a private person simply trying to protect her dignity. To others, her lawsuits look like an attempt to control her image by using the courts to shut down criticism. No matter how people view her actions, one thing is clear: her legal approach has shaped how the public sees her. It's one of the things that sets her apart from other first ladies. She didn't just demand respect, she legally enforced it.
Defense, there are some really
But
good
it's possible
news.
that Donald Trump did roam the earth when dinosaurs were here.
Scream.
Well done, Gabe.
Sunny, you have a legal note.
I do have a legal note. Thank you, Whoopi. Matt Gaetz has long denied all allegations, calling the claims, quote, invented, and saying in a statement to ABC News that this false smear following a 3-year criminal investigation should be viewed with great skepticism.
Still, moments like this raise a bigger question: can even the most powerful public figures truly control the narrative? Melania Trump has a long track record of taking legal action when she feels her image is under attack. But this time, the situation feels even more intense. Sunny Hostin, a co-host on The View known for stirring up controversy, may have crossed a serious line. During a recent episode, she made blunt and shocking comments about Melania Trump in a direct attack. Hostin claimed that Melania hates her husband and secretly wants to take him out. It wasn't framed as a joke, it came across as a bold accusation about Melania's relationship with Donald Trump. She implied that Melania might be working against him behind the scenes, casting doubt on her support for his political goals. The audience reacted with a mix of laughter and surprise. But soon after, the clip went viral online, sparking a storm of reactions. So where did Hostin get this idea? She pointed to things Melania has said in the past, especially her statements about personal freedoms. At times, Melania has seemed to support causes that go against Donald Trump's positions. For example, she has voiced support for women's rights and even access to abortion, despite her husband's strong anti-abortion stance. These mixed messages have led some people to question where Melania really stands politically and whether those differences reveal deeper tensions in her marriage. But turning speculation into bold claims on national television? That's what triggered the legal firestorm now playing out in public.
To defend yourself all the time. As you may heard, I file a few lawsuits and I'm in the court now. Because they accuse me of doing stuff that I never did in my life, and they wrote lies, and I will not allow that. I will fight till the end because I don't want that they damage my reputation.
Hostin took Melania's past statements as signs of deeper resentment within the Trump household. She suggested that Melania had been quietly signaling her disapproval of her husband all along. Whether Hostin was exaggerating for dramatic effect or genuinely believed what she was saying, one thing was obvious: she had stepped into risky territory. Melania, known for staying silent rather than engaging in public fights, had just been accused on national television of despising her own husband, and this time, she wasn't going to let it go. The backlash was immediate. Conservative commentators slammed The View for pushing baseless speculation, calling it yet another example of media bias against Republicans. Melania's supporters said the attack was completely unfair, especially since she's rarely involved in the political spotlight. They pointed out that she almost never speaks about her personal life, making Hostin's claims nothing more than guesswork. Others, however, came to Hostin's defense. Some media outlets argued that public figures, especially someone who served as First Lady, should be open to criticism and public scrutiny. They pointed to moments over the years that had sparked rumors, like Melania refusing to hold Trump's hand or her cold expressions during his speeches. In their view, Hostin was simply saying out loud what many people had already been thinking. But what makes this case different is the legal twist. Speculating about a celebrity's marriage is one thing, turning that speculation into a public claim of deep resentment, especially on a major talk show, takes it to another level. Melania says those words didn't just hurt her personally, they damaged her reputation. And with a $150 million lawsuit now on the table, this situation is no longer just about gossip, it's a legal fight with real consequences.